what that is up there.
Hello, my name is Lorraine Lee Stevens, doctoral student for Nursing 954, Organizational Leadership. This YouTube video is a presentation that examines the use of Kurt Lewin's change model in alignment with transformational leadership to improve medication reconciliation. Healthcare environment and clinical processes are continuously changing to meet patients' needs, improve nursing care, and keep up with the demands of healthcare. In 2005, Joint Commission requires healthcare organizations to implement medication reconciliation to improve patient safety. Research has identified that computerized method compared to voluntary reporting is more efficient. The problem is there's no one way to conduct a medication reconciliation. Each nurse has their own style. To ensure patient safety and prevent adverse drug events, having a standardized process in place is suggested, so a policy and procedure on how to conduct medication reconciliation must be in place. In order to successfully implement a process of medication reconciliation, nursing leaders must be able to apply transformational leadership to efficiently mobilize the staff to adjust to the changes. I have selected Kurt Lewin's change model to use as a framework to implement and to improve the use of EMR in a clinical setting. Kurt Lewin's change theory. Kurt Lewin's model of change presents an approach that can help identify the need for change, navigate through the change process, and achieve and maintain the goal. Lewin's process for change entails creating the perception that a change is needed, move towards a desired behavior which is the take action stage, and finally solidifying the new behavior as a permanent change. Lewin's model is based on 3 stages: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. Unfreezing prepares the organization to accept the change. This involves breaking down the existing status quo before you can build up the new way of operating. Changing, which some may call transitioning, is where implementation of change starts. It includes planning, learning new processes, and executing the change. During the change stage, people have accepted the change and are making the effort to participate in the change. Refreezing is standardizing operational procedure or status quo. At this stage, it is important that people do not revert back to their old ways of thinking, but to make sure that change becomes part of their normal working procedure. Applying Lewin's model to EMR. Unfreezing stage, identifying the change, which is implementing a new process of EMR to ensure medication history is being entered correctly. Communication is especially important during the unfreezing stage so that employees can become more informed about the change, the reason behind it, and the benefit of the change. The team should explain the pros and cons of the change and explain how the new method is more efficient, providing more accurate information in comparison to the old process. Being able to get the buy-in of stakeholders, which allow everyone to share the same goal and vision to move forward in planning and making key decisions on the project. In the changing stage, this is when planning and implementation of the policy on how to conduct medication reconciliation occurs. Utilizing an interdisciplinary approach allows staff and leaders to work together to share their expertise and knowledge to plan, create a policy, and implement the EMR. Fostering leadership practice of enabling others to act through collaboration promotes trust while implementing EMR. During this time, it is important to offer training and support to the employees so they become more familiar with the new policies and the new ways of conducting medication reconciliation. In the final stage, Lewin's final stage is the process of refreezing. The EMR practice occurs and leads to stability and evaluation. A policy and procedure on how to conduct a medication history would ensure that all staff are accurately applying standardized EMR processes. The policy would be recognized as a new norm and manner in which staff would transcribe medication into electronic form going forward. In summary, applying Lewin's change process, unfreezing, changing, and refreezing would effectively make the changes needed to have a successful transition from the old medication process to the new medication reconciliation process. Lewin's change process would help identify the need for change, navigate through the change process, and achieve and maintain the goal. It is very important that leaders during the change provide the leadership skills to motivate their staff and align them with the vision of why the clinic needs a policy for medication reconciliation. I hope this YouTube video has provided you a better understanding of Lewin's theory of change for implementing a policy for electronic medication reconciliation.